What is up? Workbringer here, and today we're going to be checking out Necrotic Wake plus 10. This is the hometown. I am a Kyrian Protection Paladin, and this is in Bastion, except it got blown up by somebody from Maldraxxus. I don't know. This is my first plus 10 here, so, you know, W's in chat and whatnot. There it is, boom, plus 10, all the affixes. Now, I queue these out, right? I do like a bunch a day, and I make a video sometimes if I like how it went, or just, you know, feel like talking about the run. So when you watch this, it's probably some different affix, but it's fortified, so trash is big deal, and it's grievous, so basically if you're running low on health, you keep running low on health, and it hurts. You don't like it. And we have Prideful, which Prideful is amazing. If you saw my my Spires 11 or Halls 10 or Mist 10, I'm 10ing all of them this week. That's the goal. Except for the other side. I hate that dungeon. Especially on Spiteful. But Pride is so cool. It's so much better. Pride runs are, you know, at plus 10 runs, they're just so much more fun than the low ones. Like, without Pride, the dungeon is just a grind. It's like there's really no fun part, other than like Lust or something like that. Lust is kind of cool, but you don't run faster with Lust, or maybe you do. I don't think so normally. But Pride, the Pride buff, you run faster. The healer has like infinite mana. It's pretty incredible. I like it. So this is the route, and there's a lot of different ways of doing Necrotic Wake. None that really need skips or anything like that. There's some skipping you can do. I don't see honestly any value in it. This is the route, especially with pugs, I would say. So yeah, dispel yourself. This healer is really good, but this healer also does not like waiting at all. Very confident in this place, pulling this trash pack, like super bad manners. And I think I actually removed the video where I talked about what I think about groups like this. If I wasn't so tryhard trying to plus 10 all of these, I would leave already. And I've done it. But anyway, like, is that me being toxic? Or like when people pull for me, I leave for the most part. I just don't enjoy it. And this druid consistently pulls for me. However, the second pull that they do is actually pretty clutch. It's pretty good. So I'm always willing to learn. And also my health bar hasn't really been moving, so I'm feeling the heals out here. And right before this, I did a plus 10 of this place. We timed it, but not well. It was pretty bad. And it was a Resto Shaman, kind of low-key putting their class to shame. Like, they were like letting all of us die, and I was like, oh man, is this place like too hard? And we had to like triple CC something, and it was like pretty bad. It's a pretty bad run. And 10s, if everyone's over 200, are not a thing. They're fun. They're super chill. So I think that Resto Shaman must have been like kind of low or new or something. I don't know. But I'm putting up with this druid who, like, okay, here's another thing. Right here, you see them probably hopping all off. I'm doing the Kyrian thing. I actually screw it up because I dismiss it. So you can't do that. You have to let him finish first. But so rip that. It's a very particular route. There are 3 patrols in this room. We only need a specific one. I'm telling them to wait. Wait. And the druid's actually telling me he's going to pull the boss. And I'm like, if you pull that boss, I'm leaving. Right? So that's a bit of a surgical removal of that, but for a very good reason. I spent an hour making this route. It took me quite a long time to come up with this. And I'll be damned if some druid's going to screw it up. They don't. But they're threatening to like pull the boss. I'm like, like, I know it's only a 10. We can just kill it, but, like, let's actually kill it. And I ride the Prideful after, too. I actually even have the Conduit that lets me run faster after I kill something. So once I kill a boss, I run real quick. Plus, we have Pride, so... And I kill if I kill any mobs, or if I kill a boss, I run real fast after as a Paladin, which is helpful, because I'm slow. So this is meticulously timed out. I got assassinated by a melee, but we're doing okay. We're taking down the first Pride, and we're going to go right into the boss. And I tried this route. Oh, actually, I did this with a 10 beforehand with kind of a bad Resto Shaman. Rip. We'll see that they're very anxious to pull, but thank God they don't. Because if they had pulled that with that patrol next to them, that's ripped this key. That's ripped this route for me. I probably would have left. right? It's like people pulling. It's like just don't, right? Just don't. Like, okay, yeah, maybe we're losing like 3 minutes. I'm sorry, 3 minutes. Oh my god, 3 seconds of like uptime. I'm like, but we need to be surgical with this route. I don't know how other keys are doing this, but I have this timed perfectly. And I'm pretty sure the title of the video is something along the lines of the fact that we +2 this place. So we timed this thing like easy time it, right? So yeah, there was a little bit of a dead spot while I'm waiting for a patrol. Chill. We +2. I need to surgically remove that boss from any other patrols, or we don't time it. The Pridefuls don't line up. Pridefuls don't line up. We don't time it, right? Boom. Prideful clean. Had we had the Kyrian buff, would have been even nicer. I'm running like a madman with my Conduit and Prideful. Leave the Spitefuls or whatever is going on back there. Get over here. We pull this into the background. There's no tornadoes or anything, but we need to not pull anything. That's my main thing. Like, don't be... I see in this Hunter. Hunter does very well. I think that's the Hunter's key, actually. But I have a big talk with everyone ahead of time. So I've updated my weak auras to show my important cooldowns. So Combat Meditation is actually my Kyrian mastery buff, which is damage reduction and consecration, and just straight up attack power. And when I step on those orbs, I get it longer. And any of my defensives or offensive cooldowns, I have timed there in a very pretty way now, because in a +10, there's certain pulls that are so bad that I have to chain Divine Shield into Ardens into Kings, right? So this is a surgical pull as well. It is a Judgment pull to a Silence pull, and now he is away from his portal, right? Which most people probably don't do that, but this is the route. This is the route. Now, if you're not a Paladin, it might be a little bit harder to silence them and get them over here. We can take no patrol. Even that little 2-soldier patrol that's coming, like that walks around, not dangerous. Even like the 5-pack patrol, if we pull that, this route's over. It's over because the end is unforgiving. The gauntlet is very tricky. Now, these are patchworks that are spawning from the portal. They do not give any count. They give no count. So it's fine. I'm honestly done with this pack already. They maybe spawn a spite. I don't think they do spawn spites because they're kind of like ads from the portal. Anyway, we're moving on. We are going to do a silence pull, right? So both mobs walk right over to me. Do not body pull anything. Now, most people are going to be coming from the stairs anyway, but you'll see that my positioning is very defensive from a pug point of view, and it's meant to just tell people to not pull anything. Also, these shades are kind of going to be stuck there in the corner. I ignore shades at this point. Like, at this point, I consider the shade, unless it's before Prideful, that's up to healers and DPS, because apparently shades don't ever target the tank, so that's not my problem. And I'm moving into it. This Resto Drill wants to keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. See my beautiful Avenging Wrath and Combat Meditation buff. Ready? More Combat Meditation. Oh, do I let it drop? Oh, that's bad. I guess I'm concentrating. I could have had that go a little bit longer, a little bit extra DPS going in there. But we're tunneling this boss down, and this Druid, look at my health bar. Like, I mean, I'm doing the thing. I'm not even seeing a consecrate. We are getting some heals out here. This Druid is pumping. So they want to move. Honestly, ticks me off pretty hard already. But, like, hey, I guess you could be a little bit of a jerk pulling for me and stuff if those heals are there, okay? Like, the heals are here. I haven't felt any stress yet. And the next pull is actually pretty hard. And this Druid is pumping, okay? Silence pull, the Sorcerer. Marking the Marauder, also marking the Bone Mender. I will sit on Marauder, although I'm on the Bone Mender right now. Oops. Bone Mend should not have gone off. RIP. That gets interrupted by me. Scream, that's a fear. We would have probably been okay, but it's not good. Get out of the pool, and here's Pride. This looks a little bit sketch because there's 2 mobs left. It's a disaster if you pull it on the next pack. Let me just tell you. I had to completely alter this route to get Pride here because it's extremely safe. And especially on Fortified. On Tyrannical, it's not as important, but on Fortified, this next pack is a pug wiper if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't go into it with like all guns blaring. So we're going to go into this with Prideful. And the pull of this, you'll see I have the Animal Ball. This pull also has to be done pretty surgically. I need Divine Toll for it. You see, I'm not burning Divine Toll, which is a DPS increase on him. I need Divine Toll for this next pack. I know that. If someone had pulled this, you're just trying to end the key. We have Pride, Silence Toll, into Anima Ball, which is more silence. They have not cast yet. There have been no spells except for that. That's uninterruptible. Run out of it. No casts yet. All adds dead. Prideful plus Anima Ball, all adds dead already. They clean up the Spitefuls, and now I'm sitting on the main ad, who's still at 50% health, right? Everyone else is spending too much time on those spites, but our druid should have basically, like, entangling roots. Everyone focus this boss down, but whatever. It's going well enough. This is where we wiped, I think, 3 times on my last +10. Look at them deeps. It's all the Anima Ball. Anyway, you've probably seen, if you've watched any of my other necrotic pulls, we see someone got the spear. Good. Just don't pull with it. Okay, we're going to pull this Marauder. Then we're going to stun pull the other one. Luckily, no one jumped on it. They're aggroing the correct one. I lose aggro because they're popping off. Sorry, warrior. You know, deep's too strong. And then I mark both of them. We need to do interrupts. It's possibly wipe if we fear ourselves into the skeleton behind me. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Very clean. You really can't do it any cleaner, any faster, I don't think, right? We're going to do a silence shield pull to the sorcerer, the other guy's melee, and we're going to bring him right in here. A little bit of a threat issue because I'm typing. This is Pride. We take Pride right here. There's 2 very dangerous patrols. People seem to be aware of that, but I have a very defensive style with this to keep it in here. Hunter's not just like out in Africa, which is great. Staying very tight to us, basically in melee. That's how you got to do it, right? We have a Typhoon. We have a Ring of Peace for the Shades. GG's. Well done. Very good. Very, very good. Not everyone knows how to play tight like this. Let me tell you, having run this a bunch. This is the safest place to take Pride number 3. There's just no question in my mind. This is it. Combat Meditation. Avenging Wrath. I'm just putting my max DPS into this Pride. Let's get it down. Let's get it down. And then we get to do some trash killing, right? But it's precision trash pulling. Like, look at that patrol. I had a Balance Druid pull this entire room with Starfall or something. Now, luckily, this monk, who is like our top DPS, doesn't just jump in and pull that patrol. That patrol is also end running. Kind of a sketch to Avenging Shield into it because it could have bounced to the patrol. We cannot take that patrol. It will ruin the end route. It'll ruin the end of the route, which is fixed. Blizzard just basically, like, you have to kill all the trash in the room up there, and that's what it is. I don't want the spear, or do I take it? I don't think I need it. I don't need it in this case. This DPS is doing quite good. I pull them out of the volley, but again, this positioning shows me, I hope it's showing the group, I was like, hug the wall, pull no patrols. Last group I ran this with, even at a 10, pulled the skeleton boss and the other one. Right here, I tell the hunter to dismiss their pet. They don't have their pet out, but hunter pet will ruin that. That'll pull the other room. Still have Pride for like a second, okay? So we're like into a 3-pack with Pride on the back of that. Makes this real zippy. Zippity zippity. Now, I think maybe the warrior's getting shot. I don't have full aggro, but we just ripped it. And this druid is, healing it up. Let's just say. Like, 200 something. I'm the highest eye level here still, but like, I checked them all out later. And the groups these days, you kind of need like 800 IO, which I'm going to make a video about. You really want to blitz to 800 IO. It's basically plus 10ing all the dungeons as fast as possible, and that's what you're seeing me doing right now. I am just surgically designing routes, even if it takes me an hour, and I've just been banging out the 10s and 11s. Like I'll do an 11 at this place as long as everyone else is popping. I got these routes. I know the strats more or less. I know when I'm gonna die. I know we're in danger. Putting all the mobs together. Hopefully someone gets that warrior for me. Okay, maybe I got it. I don't know. I have Toll, and I popped the Anima Ball. Melted them. They're gone. What adds? Dead. So, pretty clean. Again, it's fortified. Tyrannical's, a different beast. But essentially, there's really not a great way to get Pride for this if you don't want to backtrack, right? I could design a route where you get Pride for this boss, but I honestly don't think it's worth it because of all the RP you lose, right? So when you say we got Pride on that last pack, you run up here, you get silenced, and then it takes like 20 seconds for this boss to even be attackable. It's just not worth it. It's really bad. So I have it designed so that we get Pride and we just mow down all the ads along the way, and I think that's fine. Right? For time, this boss doesn't have a huge health pool. On Tyrannical, I'm not so sure. I think people are using the spears or at least popping cooldowns on the ads, and that's how this fight works. These being still alive during the frontal, a little bit bad, but health pool is low enough. Again, on Fortified, we're in an okay place. Do I help the Druid here? I forget. But, you know, Druid is doing very good heals. I was dying to this with my R-Shaman, and I wasn't doing anything differently. So the 10s are kind of like, at this week, what is it, third week? I forget, whatever week this is in Mythic Plus, you know, your IO wants to be getting towards 800. You want to be plus 10ing everything. Your eye level needs to be 200 and above. And if it's not, I'll know. I can tell. And I can tell how the run goes because I've done this with a low group, and I've done this with a group that's not even high. Like I'm higher than everyone here on eye level, but tank eye level is not a huge deal. It's really DPS and then healing, you know. Like I get, you know, if I pump an extra like 500 DPS and have like a little bit of extra stamina, I mean, I stamina pop, but like it doesn't make a huge difference, but DPS does. So I now tank this right here on Fortified. Anticipate this parts coming. They're hard to get aggro on, to be honest, but they don't hurt all that much, and we just burn them down. And on Fortified, this trash is still here. However, we've burned it a little bit faster. Again, faster than the group I was with before this. Monk got hit. And we burned it pretty quick. And I tell them, next pull is that patrol. I was like, we need to wait for that patrol. No one likes that thought. And I mark it. I was like, we need that. And so I don't like when people pull for me, but this pull, that's fine. Druid pulled it, I believe. That's big brain, actually. That did save like probably 10 seconds. Not that we like really needed it, but that was big brain. Okay, so in that, and I didn't really think about that. But watching that patrol now, that is a safe place to pull it. Fine judgment, little sketch, but I communicated to them. I was like, I need that pack next. And I think it was the warrior that was like, oh, just pull the one to the left. No, you don't know the route. Don't even suggest that to me. That is not how this works. Now, I can tell you what pack we need, and if there's a time to pull it, that's kind of okay, because I was going to wait. As the spites were getting cleaned up, we'd wait like 5 seconds, 6 seconds, I don't know. But if you pull the other pack, it's a disaster, in my opinion. Maybe there's some route that people like doing that doesn't do it this way, but this is the way. I feel very confident in this, having... I drew like, I think 10 different routes for Necrotic, and this is it on paper. And this is me like proving it, right? So let's see this Pride timing, right? Had we pulled that other one, we wouldn't have gotten Pride, right? Because we just killed the patrol. We would have gotten Pride mid the more dangerous packs. On this one, we're going to get Pride on the easiest pack in the whole room, other than the other one to the right, right? This is going to give us Pride in a very, very safe place, and that patrol is already dead. We have no time restraint to kill this pack. Had we done this first, that patrol would have been like, oh, it's coming back over, and there's spites, and the other weeks there's going to be storming. Very safe. We have all the time in the world to kill this Pride. We're not going to get knocked into a patrol. And I'm pulling it back to the middle, because this is always where we tank Pride. This is always the safest place, no matter what. And we get another Pride in this room, of course, for 100%. So this route... Okay, I got assassinated. Oh, I moved. Yeah, thanks so much for pointing it right at my head. It's great. This route is ruined by 0.7% off. You don't get Pride on the last boss, and you don't get Pride in a good place here. So we have Pride for a minute. And Avenging Wrath, which is just fortunate. I didn't plan that. We're going to kill both packs with Pride real quick. Real quick, right? This is a good Pride use, in my opinion. And we're going to get it for the boss, right? This stuff you can chain pull. I am waiting for shield. Unfortunately, I would have already chain pulled to the next pack. I don't have Avenger shield. I'm waiting for it because I don't like pulling. And there it is. There's the proc. Boom. Easy aggro. Let's get it. Right? So these are two very dangerous packs. The Stitchworks do Tenderize that are basically nullified. I already have one stack. These are now nullified because we still have 15 seconds of Pride left. On this, burn them down. That is this route. This is how we're plus 2ing it, because this trash normally takes a minute on Fortified. We perfectly time it to have Pride, to melt both of these. We nullify the patrol very early to have a nice, clean, easy, relaxed, prideful killing, and GG. Pretty good. Now, there's one thing that happens on this route that either the DPS know to game it or they don't, and it's this next part. And I can tell immediately they're not going to do it. I can already tell, right? And so what is it? How do we know this isn't working? No one's standing by the other dude. No one's standing there. So on this pull, the arrows, people with the arrows, you point it at the other Stitch person, and they hit each other. And if you don't do that, it'll basically kill you on the hierarchy. It's like an 11 or 12. It probably just one-shots you. So you have to do it. Almost lost our druid to fixate. It's okay, I bopped. I don't know if bop will save them, but I usually bop and sack the person who's getting fixed if they're gonna not run away. That immediate pull, when they do that, it's like Blizzard's telling you. They're getting you ready for the boss, basically. These assistants here, when they put the arrow, you gotta point it at the other dude. And so on lower difficulties, lower mythics, it doesn't matter. It does in plus 10. And I'm pretty sure at 15, if you don't point the arrow at the mob and you take it without a major defensive or immunity, like ice block, you're dead. You're just dead. So if you saw my Necrotic Wake 9 that I did before this, you'll see how it's supposed to be done. That group knew exactly what to do. Had I brought them to the 10, it would have been GG's. However, I didn't have this route back then. This took me quite a while to figure this out, and I tested it on Mythic 0, then I tested it on a Mythic 10 with a group that didn't do it so well. And I was like, oh, maybe this is like kind of shit, maybe I'm bad. But it turns out it's the group. I'm quite high eye level. I know how to mitigate. I know what's going on. I know the route. I know the optimizations. And I can even handle a mouthing off druid that ends up doing a pretty good, really, really good job healing and kind of ninja pull some stuff for me. But I'll take it, is my judgment. Now, if they were pulling something I told them not to pull, why are you doing plus 10s? Like, you come into this, you might have done it before, but you're doing the tank's route. That's pretty much it. And now, if the timing, you can do some, like, dancing like they did, that's kind of acceptable. Maybe I'm waiting for, like, Divine Toll. Like I'm about to Divine Toll all these people. Bam! Combat meditation. I don't know. Now, what are we doing? Why are we going back downtown? Why are we going back to the front of the room? Prideful. Don't forget. This is that last pack. Everything up until this point has been designed to have pride for this. Right? I wish they didn't splat on my little platform, but this is fine too. We need to kill the pride. We don't want to pull the boss, obviously. However, if you're kind of just pulling this thing in the middle of the room or kind of back where you pulled this pat, it's a little sketch. Pride could spawn right on the boss. Haven't done it, but it's part of my route is like, oh, boom, Pride's right where I want him, right on the platform. Nasty. Okay. Hodge the last spite should be fine, and just find a comfy place to sit right here. Now, this is not a voice comms group, but there's strats where like you stand in a diagonal and it's impossible to hit each other, but we have a bunch of melee, so it's not really possible anyway. So we're gonna bust this pride down, and it looks like a Avenging Wrath. I don't know, but I'm gonna have Avenging Wrath for a while. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Like, if someone pre-pulled that for me, I'm surprised they did it, to be honest. Like, that's pretty, like, fine, right? Like, I'm running over, you're already there. Yeah, sure, get them moving. I don't know if they're still thinking, or they respecting the tank or whatever, but yeah, that would have been fine too, right? Pre-pull that. That's cool. Why mess it up though? Boom. We have pride. We have lust for 30 seconds. How you think we plus 2 this dungeon, this dungeon? Lust plus pride equals 1 phase of the boss. Now, unfortunately, we have this kiting situation, so this is lost uptime for the who's ever getting focused right now. So that looks like the monk, which is RIP because they're their highest DPS. But yeah, the whole run was designed for that. You can be 0.7 off, and you get pride middle of a bad pack, you get it on the pack before, and it's rips, big rips. Makes things hard, makes things slow. Yeah, you can still finish, but not like we're finishing right now. Now, there is a way to actually get Pride for this, but it requires some like kind of cheesy tactics. You got to be able to bring one of the ads from upstairs with you, or have like the DK pet or something like that. And it's not something I feel like entertaining. In my opinion, this is the best pug. No rogue, no DK pet, no funny shenanigans, tricks. Just straightforward, kill the ads in this order. Couple careful pulls, and you have to understand the patrol pattern as a tank. You can't just take any patrol. You got to take the patrol. And you got to be able to lead the group in chat and be like, wait a sec, right? You know, in my guild groups that I run with on voice comms, if I say wait, you waiting 15 seconds if I say wait. Like, because they, you know, I feel like I'm pretty consistent with all my groups, to be honest. And I'm like, if I say wait 15 seconds, even if I'm wrong, that's the route we're doing. And if you're going to jump ahead, it's like, you're not going to on voice comms. You're just not going to, you know. And if you are, it's like, I'm not running with you, obviously. I was like, you're here to do my routes, right? I mean, this is what this is, right? You want me to tank this. I spent an hour planning it. Maybe I'll have to optimize it a little bit, but this is what we came here for. Like, how much time did you spend in Mythic Dungeon Tools? I spent a long time here. I've tested this. Anyway, this is that route. I don't see a better. I'm not seeing a better route for this, and this +2 is the proof. So let me know if there's any optimizations you see. There's a couple mechanics not done correctly by the DPS, but everyone else is doing fine. And the healer, despite ninja pulling twice on me, one acceptable one. I at the beginning, I honestly not acceptable. Like, wait till I pull it, then drop the spear. Like, don't spear pull as the healer. Like, I don't know, druid. The healing was the best I've ever seen in this place. One of the best. It's like our druid at enough gear, enough mastery, Rejuve keeps you up. Rejuve will keep you up. Yo, the group I did before this, as we destroy this boss, someone dropped the ice right in the center of the room. I was like, this group. What is it then? Boom, +2. 2 chested. My first 10. Necrotic Wake, easy. Easy if the group knows what they're doing with this route. Easy. Used to really hate Necrotic Wake. It's all group. Everybody got to be 200. Everyone needs to play by my rules, by my route, keep it clean. You can get 2 of the same conduits. I had 3 of the same conduits at one point, all level 200. Big rip. You got to turn your conduits. I got a ring. Ring is poo-poo. Don't need that ring. I don't need a 203 ring. And we're going home. That is the route. That is it. This is the +2. Everyone get to level 200. I'll see you on the next one.